Day 2 of the Flower of Gloucester's 10-day race against time. 220 miles to London, and Dick and Liz had still got to pick up a new stove from Northwich, well off their route. But Northwich is on the River Weaver, and to get to it from the Trent and Mersey Canal, you've got to drop 50 feet in the famous old Anderton Boat Lift.
Have you ever been on the lift before?
No, I never have. Dad's been on it often, though, he told me. Mad contraption. Look at all those cogs up there.
Why'd they build it?
Well, you see, there's the River Weaver's down there, 70 feet below, and the canal's up here. And there just isn't enough space to put an ordinary lock in, so they built this thing. It's mad, isn't it, though? The whole thing goes... Do you know, it's 90 years old, I think. Hello, morning. I want to go down.
Well, it cost you £2.
£2?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2.
And go.
Hey, it's a marvellous old thing in this, isn't it? How old is it?
1875.
1875. I thought it was. I thought it was about 90 years old. Can I go up and have a look at it?
Yeah.
Can I?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Liz, listen, I'll come back later. You'll be all right there.
The Anderton Boat Lift, the only one of its kind still working, is a triumph of Victorian canal engineering. It was designed by Sir Edward Leader Williams, who later built the Barton Swing Aqueduct on the Manchester Ship Canal. He had to find a way of transferring salt from the rich Cheshire fields on the River Weaver to the level of the canal 50 feet above. He did it, so successfully that the journey by lift took only 2.5 minutes, whereas if he'd decided to build locks instead, it could have taken a boat anything up to 1.5 hours to climb the 50 feet. There used to be 2 counterbalanced iron troughs in the lift. A boatman wanting to go up would bring his narrow boat into the bottom trough. Meanwhile, his wife would lead the horse up the steep path to the canal above. The weight of a boat in the top trough coming down from the canal level would help pull his boat up. Now the lift works by electricity, and only 1 trough is used. The lift was nearly wrecked in 1882 when there was a spectacular accident. The trough on top fell down with a barge actually in it. Luckily, the water at the bottom cushioned the fall, and the boatman and his family survived.
See ya. Hey, that's an enormous contraption, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
The bloke up there was telling me that there was a mad Irishman who jumped down from there into the water, into the river here. He did it, all he did was for a bottle of whiskey and £1.
How high do you think it is?
That's about 75 feet, I think. And the water's only about 9 foot deep. And he did it, you know. Wouldn't catch me doing that, though. Well, I suppose £1 in those days was worth quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
Whiskey wouldn't have been, though. I wonder how much you pay for a bottle of whiskey in those days. Probably not more than a bob or 2.
Weaver is a tidal river, and here for the first time the Flower of Gloucester met strong currents and big ships. Ships that carry salt from the factories round Northwich to ports all over the world. But on July the 5th, the currents in the Weaver weren't too bad, and within half an hour they reached the Northwich boatyard.
Now, the yard's up here somewhere, Liz.
Yeah.
I think it's around the next bend here. And the thing is, I want you to go in and try and find out about the gas stove, because I've got to go and see this bloke about the engine, because she's not working properly. And the thing is, can you get them to come as quickly as possible with it? Because really, we've already lost a day, and we're going to have to get going as quickly as we can now. I don't know quite what's up with it.
What seems to be the trouble with it?
Well, she runs very hot, you know, and she doesn't run as fast as she should do, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's the engine bolting, the bolt's holding the engine down or not, or
Well,
whether it's
we'll have a
tuning.
look anyway, we'll make certain.
Right.
You don't seem to be getting the water you should do.
Right, I've got some tools in here.
Right,
Let's see what are you going to take off first?
we'll take the circulating pipe off first.
Oh, you ready for
Yeah.
circulation, do you?
Yes.
I see.
You want to do the bottom one, will
Yeah,
you?
I'll it's in, this one here.
That's right, yes.
Right. You're going to take the whole pipe off, are you?
Yes, oh yes, take the whole.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
Oh yes, we've got a trouble here.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Well, where would that have come from?
Well, you've been in very, very shallow water, but I can see of it. You see it?
No,
Up through the
really.
pump, that's all right.
And you reckon that's just come out of the canal? I've got stuff.
That's right, yes. Yes,
No wonder the engine got overheated, eh?
anyway.
We're lucky it didn't seize up, really, aren't we?
In one way, yes, yes, it's just been forcing its way through. The pressure of it, so on.
Oh. I'll keep that as a trophy.
With the new stove fitted and the engine repaired, Once she'd gone back up the Anderton lift, the Flower of Gloster could really start her run to the Thames. But a day had been wasted, there were only 9 more left, and there were still over 200 miles to go.
Are you going up, John? Yeah, we're going up now. £2. £2? I paid £2 to come.
No, £2 for go up.
It's not £2 return.
No, £2 for go up, £2 down. Single.
Oh dear. Okay.
Right.
I'll pay you when I get in.
Gosh, it's great having a proper stove. What's up?
I just don't know how we're going to manage, that's all.
We'll manage all right.
Well, I'm not so sure. Oh, we've only got 10 days.
9.
No, yeah, you're right. You see, somebody's got to stay on the tiller the whole time. And then one person just can't get through the locks quickly enough.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. But you get tired out. Anyway, you can't work them fast enough. And you've got the housework to cope with. Oh, now what's up? We only just had this thing checked. Look, take the tiller, will you? Well, that's done it.
What's wrong?
If I knew what was wrong, I'd sort it out, wouldn't I?
Can I help?
No. I bet it's those feed pipes again. But why is it whenever I want the handbook, it disappears?
Didn't you bring it?
Well, I thought I did.
Where do you think you put it?
I don't know. Look, if you want to do something useful, why don't you go and look for it?
Will you come out a minute?
What's the matter?
You better come.
What's up with you? Oh, no. I'm at a guest. What on earth do you think you're doing here?
Well, I knew you would stop at Anderton, so as soon as he stopped, I hopped on board.
How'd you get here?
On me bike.
Right, well, you've wasted your journey because you're going to go straight back home again.
But we'll be needing it to go on and open the locks.
You must be joking. Look, as soon as I fix this engine, we're going on into Oldham and you're going to catch the first bus back home.
Having trouble?
So go away, will you?
It can't start the engine, it's lost the handbook. Thought you might
Get off!
be using it, so I brought it along.
Did what?
Brought it along.
Liz, go and find him something to eat, will you?
Dawn on the canal and the start of the third day, deep in the heart of Cheshire.
Yeah, we'll have it on the move though.
Come on, get up. Okay. One egg or two? Two. Could you make it three? No, I couldn't.
Yeah, I sent off a telegram to Auntie Gladys last night.
Great.
I wouldn't be so happy in your shoes. You know what Auntie Gladys is like.
Well, your bat won't be able to do anything, will she? She's not here. Just watch what you're saying. She bought you a Christmas present last year.
Yeah, look, will you take over? Hope these are better than yesterday. No. I was just thinking, we did pretty well yesterday. We did 32 miles. Not bad for a first day, is it?
Bring any clothes with you? No. Let's wrap yourself in a blanket while I wash those. They're filthy. They're okay.
212.
212 what?
It's 212 miles to London, I'll make it.
What's 32 into 212?
Seven, about 7.
We'll do it in a week, easy.
We won't, you know.
Well, can't we go any faster than this then?
No, you can't. Look, if you go any faster, you set up a wave and you wash away the banks and you silt up the cut. Anyway, it's a waste of fuel.
I reckon it'll take us all of 10 days. Hey, look, what's that?
Oh, right, I think this is Ordland. There's 15 locks here, so you two are going to be very busy. I'm taking over the tiller.
Well, what about my breakfast then?
Well, you do a few locks and you work up a nice appetite.
Next week, episode 4, The Girl.